Well, hey there, it's Miriam Schulman here. I'm founder of The Inspiration Place, and I'm also author of the book Artpreneur. And welcome to my New York City apartment. Oh, we have a couple of people here. Hey, welcome, Megan. Welcome, Matthew. Why don't you guys introduce yourself? Because it's like what's most fun about this is really getting to know everybody in the chat. So if you can introduce yourself in the comments, that way we can see that you're here and everyone else can get to know you. If you can share what kind of art you do and where you live in the world and what you're most excited to see today. I have so many fun things to share with you today. And it's really just about welcoming you into my apartment, having you get a behind the scenes peek of how I really live. So behind the scenes, I have Addie. She will be in the chat. So if you see somebody, the name will say Miriam and the Inspiration Place logo. That is my assistant, Addie. I'm just going to put her on stage just that she can give you a little wave so that you can see that she's here. And sometimes you'll be hearing from her as well as she helps me monitor the chat and the comment section. Okay. So here we are in my New York City apartment, and I want to give you a little behind the scenes peek. So first off are the artworks. So this artwork behind me here, that is really more in the style that I was teaching inside my mixed media classes. And so that was one of the last pieces that I did as a demonstration when I used to have the Inspired Insiders Club. Most of the art that I've done throughout the years has been portraits, and you can actually see them in this apartment as well. So I have the portrait of my daughter hanging up over there. And then I have, oh, actually I moved it. I thought it used to be over where the flowers are. It used to be my son, and now it's flowers. What happened with these artworks here is when we went to go to sell my house in the suburbs before we moved to the city, the real estate agent came over with some prints on canvas from Home Goods, and I was like, get that out of my house. There's no way I want that in my house. So I decided that I would create some abstract art for the staging, and I liked it so much I kept it. So that's it. Addie, how are we with the air conditioning behind me? Should I turn that off? Because I just realized that might be creating some distracting noise.
No, it's okay.
It's fine? Okay, cool.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, so I have a couple more fun things to share. In terms of the art, I did link up canvases. I linked up some of the paints that I use in the carousel. And Addie, what other art stuff did I link up? In terms of, I think, how to wire the back of it. So if you guys have any questions related to the display or the sale of an artwork like this, I'm an open book today. That's what I'm here for. But mostly I'm going to be focusing on sharing with you things that are in my apartment that I actually bought on Amazon. So we're going to get started with that. And Addie, you'll just let me know when there are questions. I'm going to assume. Oh, cool. We have a lot of friends here today. Hey, everybody. Okay. So the first thing that I want to talk about are these easels. So right now I have them with my books. But what I wanted to show you is what you could do, either whether it's in your own home or if you're going to be selling art. Sometimes we have these smaller pieces. And it's great to have a table when you're selling art in person. The table has like your note cards and things like that. But then I always like to have artwork in these easels. And so I've linked up, the easels are in the carousel. And Addie, you don't have problems finding the easel, right? So you can see. So these are very modern looking. I've had some over the years that are not as modern looking that I've retired. But these ones really go with an aesthetic that is popular right now, that very modern minimalist trend that you see. And it's always nice to show off your art, even if you have traditional art, showing how that it can be integrated into somebody's home. People love that. So this is just a tip. And it's not so much that you would be selling these but just a way to display your art. It's really a nice thing. So I'm going to put this back over here. Okay. The next thing I want to share with you are my pillows. So I actually have quite a few pillows. All of them have the same insert. So Ed, if you want to share with them what the insert is first, and then I'm going to go through the different pillows that I have. They all came from Amazon. Nothing was expensive. And it's fun because I can change things up to match my artwork. I can change things up seasonally. And the pillows are kind of like having a bedspread where you can change the pillowcase instead of having to change your whole decor. So the first one I want to share is this one. Again, the insert is 2 inches bigger than the actual pillowcase. That's on purpose. That's how you get kind of a nice fluffy look. And then you can see those pillowcases back there, they just came back into stock. I almost didn't have them listed. And then I have that caramel one at the end. I've also linked up for you the blanket, and I think I have one on my chair too. Yeah. This one right here. Addie, am I going too fast? A little bit. Just a little bit. She said slow down. Okay. So this is my New York City apartment, and I have friends who are high-end decorators, and they come over and they're like, wow, it looks so good. And I'm like, it's from Amazon. I even have it for my furniture. So not my furniture, this is from West Elm, and the chair I'm sitting in, it's not from Amazon, but that's from Amazon. That's from Amazon, and that leather pillow is from Amazon too. So all those things are linked up. Okay, so what other questions do we have in here? Okay, thank you, Matt. This is awesome. Yeah, so just wanted to give you guys a sneak peek of how I live, give you a behind the scenes. One thing that I talk a lot about is doing my planning. So I do a lot of the planning sitting right here in front of the television, you know, while you're watching the Olympics or whatever else you're doing. It's, you know, your conscious brain is really only 3% of your brain. So you can use your conscious side of your brain to watch TV or the Olympics, and you want to put that other 97% of your brain to work. So that is why I do things in my planner, and I do kind of art journal affirmations. So Addie, the planner is linked, right? So I do, just so you know, and I've talked about this in other live streams. So the planner is linked. We've also put in the carousel the tabs, because these planners don't come with tabs. And you don't have to do anything with this planner. It already has, like, it's already predated with days of the week. You put your you can put different categories here, and you can plan your week. I do something that a little extra with it. So I always like to have, what are my wins for the week? What are my goals for the week? And then I do a little decorating here. So I want to just show you what this might look like during the week. Okay, so here, for example, is back in January. And I have done, I remember I talked about you want to use the 97% of your brain. And so I'll put an affirmation here, like, I prosper wherever I turn. Okay, so I've put that here. And when I'm coloring in the affirmation, that is helping me use my subconscious brain to really get that new thought as a belief into my body. Remember that a belief is just a thought that you practice a lot. So how can you practice that thought a lot? I find doing affirmations this way a very powerful way to do it. So here's another one. Money comes to me in expected and unexpected ways. So a couple ways that I help myself do this. One is I have this, I keep things in my planner. So my planner is like the everything. I also have this bag here. So this is the bag that I keep my planner in when I'm going traveling, like I'm leaving the apartment. And in this bag, I have my pens, which I might have forgotten to link these pens. I have my Karen markers and my Poscas. So those are the things that I colored in the affirmations. And if you want to know a really good source of affirmations, it's Louise Hay is by far my favorite, because they're really powerful that get you to where you need to go. You're not saying I'm thin and like, no, you're not. No, you're not. But like, I love to drink water. Like that is a thought I need to practice. I choose foods that are healthy for my body. That is a thought I need to practice. So she has these in here sorted by different categories. So it's really powerful. And I tend to like the health ones, the prosperity, the creativity. The job success doesn't apply to me as much because I work for myself, but it may apply to some of you. And then I like some of the ones in here. So like I said, all that, this is my summer tote that I use. Okay. A couple other ways that I keep myself into these good habits. So again, this is Amazon DECOR. I'm going to just turn this around. I'm going to show you a view of my coffee table. So here we have these boxes, and one of them has all the remotes. It's amazing how many remotes we have, but that keeps like all that clutter hidden away. And then the other one is my pen collection, which my nephew came over when he was 5, and his eyes became saucers when he saw this. But it's really great to like build these types of habits into your life that you can also make it pretty and then have less clutter. And then I just want to show you a couple of other things I've bought on Amazon. So I have these two. My cat loves them. And you really can't tell how much he uses them as a scratch post, because this fabric really hides the scratching. And the cat loves to hide underneath. And she liked it so much that, as some of you know, I have a farmhouse. So I actually bought 2 of these for my farmhouse as well. And then those vases are linked up in the carousel. The wooden links are linked up. I know I'm going fast, right, Addie? Should I slow down? Yeah, Addie said slow down. Okay, and then of course now you're getting my knees. Okay. And this is a candle that I got at the Metropolitan Museum of Art when I was there. So I went to the Harlem Renaissance exhibit. I'll just blow it out. I went to the Harlem Renaissance exhibit, and they were selling this in the gift shop, but I think they also had that on Amazon, which is why it's in the carousel. So it just spilled hot wax on me, by the way, just so you know. It gets all over my dress. Luckily, it'll just come right off. Don't you love live? I'm not kidding. There's like wax all over the place. Okay. Addie, do we have any comments or discussion, anything in the discussion?
Yeah, Tamara says she loves the white chair. I actually really love it too. Is it also comfortable?
It is. So I bought 2 of them. I used to have black ones from Staples, and they were so uncomfortable. So I have, this one is my husband's desk right here. And then I have the same exact chair in my office. It is comfortable. It like you do have to put it together though when it comes. Okay. Do you have the wooden links with you now? Yes, I do. So that's this guy right here. And it wasn't expensive. I love the different textures that I have on my coffee table, and it just gives it that luxury feel by having a couple of different things. You can see how beautifully it matched both the pillow in the background, but also the artwork I made that had all the circles. And most of you know that I'm not an abstract artist in general, but it was so much fun to break free and do a different medium. So I had a lot of fun with that. Okay. Do we have any other questions? So, okay, I see the wooden thing. I also, the dress that I'm wearing is linked up. I know I'm not really a fashion influencer, but I do like some of the stuff from Amazon. You know, if they're like the things that come in black are good because black makes everything look more expensive. So this is a dress that I'm wearing. So there's that. And then the other thing I just want to share is New York City living. And also because I do not have a green thumb, I tend to kill things. So I have a fake plant in my apartment. That's this guy right here. So both the plant and the planter are from, you guessed it, they're from Amazon. And I used to have moss inside the planter, but my cat, I don't know where my cat is. Maybe she's scared of all this talking. Usually she comes and tries to like give me a mouse to play with. So my cat was pulling all the moss out of the planter every night. So instead we have little marble chips in there. So, okay. The question is, we have a question about the candle, Addie, is that right?
Okay. Yeah, someone from Facebook is asking if that's the same one from the museum.
Yeah, I bought this one at the museum, and the same exact one is available on Amazon. And it smells really good. It has like this amber smell. And essence of bourbon, vanilla, and oak.
Wow.
Yeah, it smells really good. I had it burning. My husband came home and he's like, "Oh, you're cooking something really good." I was like, I think it was the bourbon that the bourbon and the vanilla he was smelling. So.
I never would have guessed that's a fake plant. It just looks so real.
I know, it really does look real, and it really helps soften the room having that plant there. So, yeah, when we picked out this apartment, it was a very overcast day in January. So I didn't realize how dark the apartment actually is because it was overcast outside. And now that we've been living here, when it's a sunny day outside, it still looks like it's an overcast day inside my apartment. So, oh well.
Okay, Tamara says she loves the dress. I really do too. Is it expensive?
No. How much does it say in the carousel?
Hold on.
I know I didn't spend a lot of money on it. And what I liked about it, okay, so it's on sale for $53.99. And it's I'm wearing a small, and just so you know, I am short though, so I'm 5'2", so I can wear smaller sizes for my weight. I weigh 142, so like I think it's like the vanity sizing. That's why I'm a small, because like if something's not a vanity size, I'll be more like an 8. So I'm like a 6'8", and I took a small in this. But it's like very easy dressing. It's comfortable. It has like high quality polyester, and I will send things back if it's itchy or it feels cheap, and this didn't. So I really liked that. So, okay. All right. What else did I forget to share, Addie? The blankets?
Samantha is asking, I think this is from Facebook. She's asking if that's a tumbler behind you. Is that a tumbler?
Yeah. Okay, so we talked about some of my affirmations. And like I also sometimes I talk about how like it's not that I'm overweight necessarily, but I look like I like to eat. That's all I can say about that. I look like a girl who likes chocolate. So I try to drink a lot of water. And that was one of my affirmations is water is my favorite beverage. But one thing that really helps me stick with that is the tumbler. So that is something I got on Amazon also. And it keeps me healthy. Okay, so what else did I forget? I'm going to just go through the carousel and see what else I forgot to talk about. So I talked about the leather pillow, and I talked about, I think, the blanket. So blankets can be really expensive. I actually went to buy a blanket as a wedding gift for somebody, and usually they're hundreds of dollars. So this one I've had for a while, and I like just the colors in it are very neutral, so they're very calming. Those of you who like to paint very colorfully, it's nice to have more of a neutral palette for the rest of your home because then all artwork looks good with it. Okay, Lisa says, I love and accept my body just the way it is. That's one of my game changers. Yeah, I love that. MH says, love the plant. Got a black thumb too. How do you clean it? Oh, I'm supposed to clean it. I didn't know that. I can see that I'm a little blurry, so let me just see if I can focus this back up. But this is a eucalyptus one, and one of the ways that you make it look more natural is you just fluff the branches out when it comes, and then putting it into a planter like that really helps. So it's not just sitting on the ground looking kind of plasticky. It's like that you took the time to put it into a planter really is what helps make it look more authentic. Okay, anything else I forgot to share, Addie? I think the books. Yeah, let me talk about the books. So I have a lot of art books on my table because that's what I'm most passionate about. And I suggest that you have what you're most passionate about on your table. So art books not only look, coffee table books, like art books are the best things for that, but I also like to look for things that really show off not just the art that I like, but also colors. So this one I like on my coffee table because you can see that it goes with my green chair. And then it also goes with the green in my artwork. And it goes with, I don't know if you can see it, but there is green in this artwork too. So I have this. And another tip that I love to do with when you're decorating with books is you always have the option of taking off the dust jacket. And so this is would be a different way to have this artwork and then have the metallic print showing and then have more like that linen look. So that's it. I did do that with, so Addie, this book that I'm going to show next, the cover is purple inside the carousel, but this is Nellie Mae Rowe, who's an artist from the Atlanta area, from Georgia. And I took the cover off because I just really liked the way the black looked. I think that had a really nice look to it. So then when you're decorating, you might want to have a different color contrast instead of maybe the purple that it came with. So that's what I did with this one. Another book that I've had for a long time, and I just pulled this one out because I like the way the brown color matched with the rest of my decorating. See in the chat, who can guess first who this is? Let's see if anybody knows. Okay, so this is Alexander McQueen. And I mean, it is very inspiring. I do like watching Project Runway. So having some of this fashion in here and history of fashion. If you watch Project Runway, Christian Siriano, right now we're watching season 4 in my house. I know that's like a show's like 20 years old, but who cares? That's what keeps us not watching the news, basically. But you could definitely see the influence of this designer on him. So this is super fun to see that. And art and fashion and decor all kind of go together. So I find all this very inspiring. But to be honest, mostly I chose it because I like the way the brown goes with the rest of my house. Okay.
Okay, Maze's asking, are you going to do a live of your art studio too?
Yeah, definitely. That's a great idea, for sure. If you have other ideas for live streams, just put them into the chat. We'd love to hear from you. Okay. All right, I think we pretty much covered everything in here. We do have, oh, I can't believe that this is only $29, but these vases, they come in a set of 2. And you can see how I'm playing with a lot of circles in my apartment. I have the circles in the art. I have the circles in the lamps. And then I like having the repetition of the circles. So that's why I have, and this, it comes in a set of 2. And usually what I'll do is if I have any kind of greenery or flowers, I'll only put it in one vase, not in both vases, but it's nice to have the 2 of them. And then you see the repetition of the circles in my apartment, and then the color repetition of these neutrals and the cylinder repetition. You can see here. And this is another favorite of the cat. She likes to sit on there. All right. I'm going to see what else we have in the carousel that I haven't talked about. I talked about the blankets, the pillows, the boxes, the chair, the tumbler. Don't forget I have the book Artpreneur, the dress, the pillows, the tree, the planter, the things the cat loves, the side table, the books, and I guess that's it. Is that right, Addie?
Yep.
Okay. All right, my friends. Any other last questions before we say goodbye? This was so much fun. I loved getting to hang out with you today. And if you have any questions, just share it in the chat. And if not, we're just going to say goodbye. Any last questions come in? I know there's a delay between when we say that and when we
Okay, somebody's asking, where do you get inspo for your decors?
Okay, so that's a great question. So I like to look at magazines. Actually, this is something I've only recently been into because I always thought that decorating was something you do once. And then if you have classic decor, you just kind of leave it until I went to go to sell my home. And then I realized that everything I had was dated. So it's kind of like your wardrobe. You know, you buy clothes. Not everything is an investment piece that you have forever. So that's why it's nice to have something like Amazon where you can put some of these accessories and really give it more style that aren't a huge investment so that you can change things over time. And then there's people who I follow online. Nick Lewis was a guest on my podcast. You can listen to that on the Inspiration Place. I believe that was episode number 315. All right, my friends. So if you enjoyed today, give us a heart, hit the heart button. Make sure you follow us so you get notifications because we'll be coming to you live every Wednesday at this time. We're 11 o'clock Eastern time. And you can also find me on the Inspiration Place podcast. Okay, my friends. So that's it. Until next time, stay inspired. Bye-bye.